What's going on, everybody?
No Mickey Mouse.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 23 of Wrecked Bike Rebuild, where we use this piece of metal to do something crazy with the Panigale.
It's not really crazy.
We haven't done it yet.
We haven't done it before.
This is Wrecked Bike Rebuild. We turn wrecked bikes into dream bikes, and then we
Give them away.
yay whip pans. In today's episode, we're starting this intro now because we gotta go to Home Depot to grab some stuff to make a thing, to do some stuff to the Panigale. So we're not mic'd up, we're not nothing, but we will be. But first, a montage to Home Depot. Well, no, we're not going yet. You gotta hit the like button and you gotta check out Patreon to help support the show so we can afford stuff, so we can make dream bikes and give them away to you guys, because otherwise we can't do that. Okay, now if you go to Home Depot. We are back. We went to Home Depot. Then we went to Lowe's. But inevitably, we've been talking about doing weird suspendy things with the Panigale. Let's describe for the people what the general plan is for today. Because I've been hyping this shit up that we're going to do work on a Panigale or a Panigale that we don't see anybody do.
That's because we're sketchy. Sweet. Okay, so we would like all of our new parts and old parts to kind of mesh together a little bit better.
And if for some reason you haven't seen the other videos, we got carbon fairings, we got what's olive green? We got olive green wrap going over the carbon fairings. So we do have a darker theme on this motorcycle.
Right. And so some of the stuff that we have put on the right side of the bike, we did the engine cover over the clutch that is black and gold. We put this slave cylinder on, that is anodized gold. We put the rear sets on. I know most of it's not here, but this is the base bracket for our left side rear set that we installed. And that is black, the whole thing. So we would like to change all these little pieces down here that all this stuff bolts to and bolts around black as well. So we're going to have to take these parts off to have them powder coated. Unfortunately, when we remove these parts, the suspension is no longer connected to the swing arm. So the rear wheel will just hang. And we won't actually be able to rest it on the rear stand because the rear wheel will just drop. So what we have to do is we have to build ourselves a small brace so we can hang the bike. So we're going to put some straps to the subframe and we're going to attach it to our structure that we're going to build, and we're going to tear all this stuff off, and the bike is going to sit suspended for us until it's time to put it all back together again.
Or at least that's the plan.
Yeah,
Cold
you look
sweats
scared.
We've insert that much amount of money into this bike, and to suspend it on $100 worth of rods that we bought at Lowe's.
Was it even $100?
The Lowe's trip, which was just the rods that were the right size, was $108. So add that to the build budget. $108 in metal is going to hold up over $30,000 worth of motorcycle.
But it's only 400 pounds.
True.
So
Brian's
if you think about it
super
that
confident.
way, if you think about it that way, it's only 400 pounds. It's not that heavy. So it shouldn't take a lot of structure to hold it.
This is one of those situations where you seem real confident, so
I've never done it before either, not this way. So we're all learning together.
You don't say that right before we get into the episode.
Well, why not? That's the perfect time to say it.
No, it's more of a, hey, we spitballing ideas, be like, I've never done this, but like,
hey man, we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it a shot.
All right,
I mean, we're working with steel.
Let us know in the comments what you think's gonna happen.
I mean, is it gonna collapse or do you think the thing's gonna live? I think it's gonna live. We'll have to see what happens.
I really hope it does. Okay, so we are gonna have to take the front wheel off because we had a tire snafu. So we don't have matching rubber on the front and rear. So we're gonna get matching fronts. We're gonna have to take that one off. That was last episode.
We bought these, they're kind of like tent corners.
I think they literally are tent corners.
I think they're tent corners. They're for like, those
tent.
Those nice outdoor tents. You put a bunch of tables underneath them and you have a little party and stuff. So what we're planning on doing is we're gonna take 2 of these.
So if it's good enough for a tent, it's good enough for the bike.
Well, if you have ever been in any of those things, they use a whole lot of steel to build those things.
No, I know. It's just the logic in my head of saying, hey, if it works for a big tent, it should be no problem.
I mean, if it's going to hold up that big ass tent and not kill everybody underneath it, then I think we're okay.
True. Yeah, let's hope.
So, we're going to use 2 of these and we're going to put rods that come out of each one of these down to the floor, and then one that goes across to a duplicate on this side. And then the legs at the bottom, we're going to tie the legs at the bottom together so they can't spread out and the whole thing can drop. And that should be plenty of structure for us to get our bike suspended. So we should probably start by loosening all this stuff up. And then we'll go ahead and drop the lift down to the floor and we'll assemble. Actually, we'll need to drill a couple holes.
Yeah, because we have to tie the legs off so they don't go like... All right, let's just get that B-roll shit going. So, wait, I should probably get
a real tool, yeah. Now we can, bring the lift down to the floor and, get our stand assembled. So for you that asked about when we're going to get to the gas tank, that's actually a conversation we had earlier today. And we're still kind of left in limbo a little bit.
Yeah, so if you're on Patreon, I mentioned to you guys about the bike flips and stuff. We're thinking we've got a little parts issue with the gas tank or a cover for the gas tank or whatever we're going to end up doing. So in the meantime, that's one of the reasons we're kind of pushing these flips forward, if you will, because that way we'll be able to do some stuff and give some bikes away while we try to figure out that situation. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, Chase, what are you talking about flips? That's because we're going to start flipping motorcycles and giving them to our beautiful Patreon people. So we can give out more bikes in less amount of time.
So, we could take that stuff off first.
Silly goose, there's a bolt.
Not like Chase last time that just ripped it off and threw it in a box with the hardware in it. That didn't happen or anything, did it?
Thought you'd have forgot. Nice. Nice job on that pull, Brian. Really proud of you. I'm weak. Sorry.
Yes. It's pretty much full too, so it's going to be tippy.
I gotta use my man strength. All right. So now we build the structure?
Now we build the structure. That's plenty strong. You feel better about it now?
Yeah, that's a solid 206 pounds on one side. So I gotta admit, I had very little faith that that thing was gonna feel as strong as it actually did.
Okay.
Do we need to worry about this rod coming out?
No, because these are pinching that rod from slipping apart, and we don't have any outward tension on it.
Okay.
So there's no reason for it to come apart, and if you really, really wanted to, we could strap that in there.
Right. So now we got 2 more ratchet straps, and we'll do one against here to here, and then one against here to there. Is that how we're gonna do that, or?
We'll just put them on and we'll figure out a way to get this thing suspended here, because it's gonna be a little weird with the length of the strap.
No, this would ratchet like to right here.
I was just thinking actually like.
Oh, only use one ratchet strap?
Just use one. It's plenty strong.
Yeah, what's the weight capacity with a ratchet strap?
They're usually a few 100 pounds.
And it's not gonna be holding the entire weight of the motorcycle anyway,
No,
right?
nope. 1,320 pounds.
Per strap?
440 pounds working load.
Sheesh. So hoist her up.
Go ahead. One more click. You got the weight.
It's not the prettiest.
Take the rear stand out.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because that
Take
seems...
the rear stand out.
Dang.
I mean, even if it's not hung up, there's still suspension. It's not going anywhere. Okay. All
So
right.
it's still on the ground.
That's it, but that's enough for the weight of the suspension. The bike's not going to fall.
Right. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's tight.
That's so tight. So at this point, we should be able to, like, undo those bolts, and the taco can crunch.
And the taco can crunch. So if you're concerned about one strap doing it, we can do another strap the same exact way, like back here.
I say like we might as well.
Yeah.
Like we're here.
We have another strap. So what we're looking to do first.
Should we do the other sides until the tools are over there, or is there a
that's
side
fine.
that we need to do?
No, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But what we're going to do is we're going to take those 2 bottom bolts out
Right
that
down
hold
here?
the kickstand bracket down,
Oh, that. Okay.
right?
Yep.
Then we're going to take this bolt back here out,
Totally out.
and then we're going to take that bolt that goes through the shock out,
Okay.
this bolt out, and then that pinch bolt off, and slide the whole thing off. All the linkages connected to
Right.
each other.
All right, so we'll start on the other side, get that knocked out, and then, whoa, that's terrifying.
I'm just testing it.
Yeah, you know, cold sweats and all. Like a little freaking waffle cone ice cream. Don't eat that. Nope, that's not safe. Just cutting into your...
So we're going to take that bolt out.
All right.
We're going to take that cover, that little bolt out,
All right.
and we're going to take 1, 2, 3 bolts out of here.
Okay.
These bolts are going to be difficult. I'm going to explain to you why.
All right, so I'll do
All
the
right.
other...
They are typically red Loctited in,
Right.
because if these bolts come out, they run against the flywheel and wreck house.
So they don't mess
So
around with those.
they're Loctited in, and usually they're fairly tight.
So
Now, when you're trying to take these out, you're working along this edge. And these things, they may not feel real sharp, but if your ratchet breaks loose and you hit them, you're talking stitches.
Oh, shit.
You know, these things, they get real sharp.
Okay.
So when we're breaking these loose, we have to be very careful not to hurt yourself while you're doing it. So, oh wow, look at that, thing's cool. We'll figure out the rest of it later. We'll show you once we start getting stuff out of there. You take this.
Yes, sir.
Give me that flathead.
Yes, sir.
When I push this clip down, I need you to get that tool behind this edge and pry it out. See what I'm saying? Behind this edge.
I'm going to go in here?
Yep.
Okay. In position, Captain.
Stuff it in there. Okay.
I'm in, Captain. She's out, Captain. That's pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
So for people that haven't ever done that, typically there's a really annoying ass bolt that easily strips, and it's about right there.
They put it somewhere in there,
And it's so stupid.
it's never easy to get to. It's always got a ton of Loctite on it. It's always a small head.
I remember that shit because when I was doing the freaking monster, before we had a decent situation, stripped the F out of that thing.
All right, you get to take these 3 out.
Yay!
Now, do you want me to let you almost cut yourself, or you want me to show you?
No, let me cut myself.
Okay,
Let me learn.
there you go.
Let me learn the hard way. Just for the people at home, what was going to be your recommendation for this?
Instead of holding it flat, I hold it up on its edge.
Oh, that makes sense.
So instead of pushing around the edge of it, you push downward away from it.
Makes a lot of sense. Damn, these are in, man.
There's just, wait till you see how much Loctite is on those bolts when you get them out.
And look like freaking boogered up monsters. Okay, these 3 are, what, is that yellow or is that oil?
I don't even see any Loctite on these.
WTF. What happened to the Loctite? It's the mystery of the missing Loctite.
I'm just curious as to why they came out so slow if there was no Loctite on them.
Probably my weak hands. So now this thing is a giant magnet.
So grab it and pull it out.
Okay. Oh, well, that was...
That's the magnet.
Ha! All right. So this needs to go to a safe place, right?
Yeah, you don't want to drop it. It's oily.
No, it doesn't need to go around. No. No, thank you. All right, so now minus the tool, this is ready for powder.
That one little cap's got to come out.
This little guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold the cover straight up and down.
Ooh, cut your legs off.
There you go. And push downward.
And just like that, Brian saved my legs and pants.
Those are new, aren't they?
Those are my new skinny pants. Yeah, they aren't so skinny. Look, you can barely see my calves. Well, so now
All right,
this
so that's ready for powder coat.
is ready for powder coat. Okay. Should we do something about that while, because that's like exposed, that's like the engine of the engine.
Yeah, I mean, if we have like a Home Depot bag or something that we just got stuff in.
We might have a Lowe's bag because Home Depot. Dude.
Please look at that and pay attention to what you're doing so I don't have to go back and redo it.
Look, it's every crevice is protected. So, wow, a kickstand is far more complicated than I thought it was.
So you pop the clip and take the bolt out.
Oh, okay. So you don't have
And then
to...
these 2 screws.
Gotcha.
And then when you pop the clip, take the bolt out, and this top section comes out, these are just forked. So it just slides off. And then
okay.
it's 2 pieces that get powder coated.
Thank God.
Watch your fingers.
God, I almost hit myself in the twice. Jeez.
Well, it's a good thing it didn't get pinched in the spring of the...
Oh, no.
Goodbye, Mr. Mushroom Head.
Can we just not? All right. Can you hand me 2?
That actually should have come apart already. Yeah, don't lose that. But this should have slid out of there.
Negative, Ghost
Let me
Rider.
take it.
I'm just going to focus on here and not dropping this. Did you just pop the back off or something?
So that back that was just what I thought was just a nut was actually a sleeve, and it went in and went through the kickstand. So
now the whole thing.
you could have that, and then you could have this. It's going to fall apart. It's 2 pieces.
All right, Luke. So you're going to head to the powder coating place, and we'll see you guys next time. That's not no, Luke. No, no, no. Okay, Brian, now that all of that is done and our bike is kind of chillaxing, we're Where are we at right now? What's the stage we're at?
Trying to figure out how to get the front wheel off. I don't know if that's actually doing what I want it to.
What if we just wait to do the front wheel? Because it's not like it's gonna be take it off, take it up there, bring it back. It's not gonna be a big deal. I can do that off camera or off film day because we're tempting physics at this point.
Well, I was gonna take this strap off.
Oh.
We could
with this working as well as it actually has so far, I say we'll wait for the front tire or if the front wheel whole situation until we get it back on solid ground. I'd vote yay.
Okay.
All right, that's at least half the garage. Somebody in the garage thinks we should do that. Thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. In the next video, we will take those stuff. Killing the game. We're gonna take that stuff to get powder coated. Oh, did we talk about on camera powder coat versus anodized? Because we were talking about anodizing it earlier.
We did, but I think for Luke put it a good way for it to be as uniform as we would like it to be, to have it all done by the same material. So we're gonna wind up powder coating everything. Yeah, so we thought about anodizing, but then anodizing, you have to have a certain type of heat resistant anodization. And if we're already getting something powder coated, we already have a company we've gone to get powder coated every single season. Every single? We've had something powder coated every season, right? Did you do stuff on the Monster? Mm-hmm. Then yes.
Yep. So we'll continue the powder coating process on the next episode, and we will also focus on a lot of like little detail stuff while all the stuff's out getting powder coated. We got the heat shielding. Yep. We got the extra heat shielding that we're going to work with. And we got a couple other bits and bobs that we're going to be working on. So that will be on the next episode. Thank you guys for getting to the end. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to find out what happens to the monster. To the Panigale. Wow. All right, Brian, finish it up. I'm literally useless at this point. Also check out Patreon because that is that's how we fund the show, and that's how we decide who gets this motorcycles over there. It's good times. And I think that's all I got. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.
I was going to ask the outro crew if this is sketchy or not sketchy, but I know it's sketchy, so
okay,
I don't need
then
the
it's
answer
a scale. Outro crew on a scale of 1 to what do you rate this situation?
Our little suspension setup here.
This is only sketchy because of the level we have the Panigale at. If we'd have done this first thing, then like, whatever. You know what I mean?